Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's your boy Ack Reacher with another episode of the Jab Jamboree produced by the LDBC, executive produced by the Full Berserker Clan. Let's get into it. Um, yeah, man. So it was a all right night of boxing. As far as the main events, I'm not gonna say too much the undercards. I'm gonna do a quick builds and boxing spills, dope spills, sorry, and boxing builds real quick. Being that I'm not gonna be able to be on the beltway with the brothers. Salute to my brothers, Supreme Beast Boxing on Mondays, because I'll be at the boxing gym. I'm always with them more so Wednesdays and Fridays. So yeah, I'ma just and I also came to 503's early morning hunt late. So yeah, I'm gonna try to give y'all my full assessment on the night. Shout out to Anthony the Dog Durrell. I didn't really get to talk about him. I thought he had a good victory. That freaking uppercut, man, threw it from the right range. It wasn't the fact that he threw the uppercut; it's the fact that he threw it from the right range. And I got to give him a lot of credit and respect for that. That was kind of wild to me. Even though I picked him to win, I wasn't surprised that he beat my boy Marcos Hernandez. I like that dude, man. Marcos, he's from the Contender. I remember back in the gap, me, Junior used to kind of do like a play by play. And actually, one of the dudes, I forgot his name, from Ohio, he used to actually jump on the I think he jumped on like a call one time with Junior. Junior remember who I'm talking about. Salute to my bro Junior the Truth, man. I ain't gonna front. That was back in the gap, man. um that uh yo, and I ain't gonna lie, out of all of them, to me, Marcos is the only one really like keeping that thing going, man. Like Marcos, I seen Ray Walker here, and I see Brandon Adams. After that Ring TV City USA shit, been down. Like I haven't really seen my bro. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to see Brandon Adams and stuff like that. But I feel like I've been seeing lately, if it's on some what have you done for me lately on some battle rap shit, then Marcos out of all of them, like I just had seen him not too long ago. And then he just fought Anthony Durrell. Now he won the last one and this one didn't work out for him. But I'm saying. But salute to them. And Anthony Durrell, they actually been throwing him to the wolves, man. And he deserves something. He deserves something. Maybe like a title eliminated next to put him in the spot because now everything is up because Canelo's undisputed now. He earned it too. Can't even say nothing. Can't even say nothing. Um, Elvis Rodriguez got an emphatic knockout, which was set up by uppercut also. It was like another night of uppercuts. It was another night of uppercuts on the whole card. I ain't even actually didn't get to even see Elvis Rodriguez fight. That shit kind of messed me up, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like I told you, man, Top Rank dumped him like the bottom bitch when he lost to Kenny Sims. Um, Other fighters took worse losses. I thought Gabe Flores took a worse loss than that. He just got outboxed. Gabe Flores got lumped the fuck up by a journeyman. I'm not trying to single nobody out, but damn, let's be fair. And I'm sure he'll be back. Y'all also did Elite Alvarez like that. But let's slide over to the main event. Canelo Alvarez. Yo, Caleb Plant, like how he was on like he was in like the Philly shell, but he was like he had it his stance. He was kind of standing like kind of side angled, kinda. So he made it real difficult for Canelo to land the left hooks. He was rolling correctly to where those left hooks wasn't landing. So I got to give him credit on that because he was able to stand right there and he was able to conserve energy. A lot of people didn't pay attention to that by standing right there, not having to, move all the way out the way. And that ultimately, at the same time, even though I'm saying he conserved energy, it also ultimately was his doom. Because if you mess up for a slight second and it lands, you're going to feel the full blunt of that because you don't got both hands up, which ended up eventually happening in the 11th round, if we all remember. But Caleb Plant was boxing very well. He was really sweet hands in this one because it wasn't really no dynamite. Wasn't no dynamite on anything. He was boxing Canelo well. A lot of people that I know actually had Caleb Plant up in the fight. I didn't see it that way. I kind of had it more like the Billy Joe fight. I maybe had Canelo up 2 rounds, if anything, or a round. At the time, I got to go back because I scored it. It wasn't nothing too serious. If you had Caleb Plant up by a round, or but it even could have been even at the time. It kind of reminded me of the Billy Joe fight slightly. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because before the build up and the fight was even made with Canelo and Caleb Plant, I said I think Caleb Plant going to do a little bit better just because he from America than Billy Joe Saunders. But ultimately, I picked Canelo to win. It's not because I like Canelo or I'm crazy about Canelo, but I gotta, like I said, I gotta keep it real about one thing. He do eat, sleep, and shit boxing. Whether the cheating allegations or the cheating or the cheating allegations, like some people want to call it, and some people know for a fact that he did cheat because he got caught for it and he got suspended for it. So, however you feel about it, um, despite things like that, you do gotta admire the dude's work ethic. You definitely gotta admire the dude's work ethic. Cause the dude is training like a dog. And let me give him credit because it is better. And I knew that he knew as a fighter that he had to go in there and knock him out. Because, like I told you, and like I just said a few minutes ago, a lot of people that I know had Caleb playing up. So let's say that thing went to decision. There would have been a lot of arguments right now about who won and who was winning. And that's why I'm not mad. And I got to give Canelo credit because he went out there and he didn't try to play with his food. He finished his food, though. You know, we got our saying over here in the culture and our boxer culture. Some boxers be playing with their food. You know what I mean? He really and that motherfucker did like one of the old timers used to tell me. Just because something don't work in the beginning, act, that don't mean you give up on it. Sometimes the jab won't work for you a couple rounds, and you gotta wait for that other person to slow down a bit, and then you'll notice you'll end up landing shit. And sure enough, old black boxing dude from Jersey, Camden dude. I ain't gonna front. Dude was right because it kind of showed up in two fights recently that I watched. Also with me in sparring and in matches, but more so I actually been seeing it, you know what I mean, in the professional rankings. Like Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis. That same uppercut that Tank was trying to land, that he landed, I mean, in the sixth round, he was trying to land all night. And I pointed that out. And either my live or 503's somebody's live. But I pointed that out. And then he ended up landing it on Leo Santa Cruz in the sixth. That same left hook, if you go back and watch that, even though the way Caleb playing, like angle was kind of slanted on the angle so that the left hook couldn't land. The only punch that could land in that particular angle was the overhand right, which Canelo was landing, but he didn't land full blunt force because Caleb Plant was doing actually a fairly decent job defensively with rolling and rubbernecking pause with a lot of punches. Um, it's just once it started getting later, like we said, ninth. Like I said, I was off by a round. I'm always off by a round or two the most. At first, I said the ninth round, then I said 10th in the final pick. And he knocked him out in the 11th. That would have been nice to get them double points. Would have been real nice, y'all. But it's crazy because shit reminded me of Rocky 4 after Canelo knocked him out. It was on some because Caleb Plant started talking nice. He wasn't that same Caleb Plant that was calling him a cheater and all of that. And Canelo told him, damn, that shit is crazy, man. Canelo really knocked his ass out, like he said. Even though I picked the stoppage and I knew Canelo could do it, because I seen, a lot of us seen it in the Uskatagi fight. You can't just make your stamina go up in one night. Canelo used to fade like that 9 to 10. I noticed that he does a better job now. He don't like he used to be the one fading 9, 10 rounds. But I ain't even gonna lie, that punching power lasted. His punching power didn't dissipate at all at the end. That's why he was able to knock him out like that. But Caleb Plant did do a good job. It played out just like I said. He was going to do good in the beginning. Then the middle rounds was going to be up in the air, which they was. That's why I said you could have had it either way before the fight stopped. You know what I mean? I don't know about 6 rounds up for Canelo, but Canelo did start to take over the fight to me. But we can't even say nothing and we can't even argue about it. And even people that hate Canelo can't be mad about it because at the end of the day, he knocked him out. So it doesn't matter what he or she or what they think. He knocked him out. There ain't no disputing that. There ain't no special converts and shit about that. He knocked him out. Can't argue about that. You could have said something if it went to decision. Y'all could have been making 20 more videos than y'all could have been making. Oh, they gave it to Canelo and stuff like that. But you can't say nothing. That's why I don't really be mad that a lot of boxers go for the knockout. But I just say kind of be intelligent and methodical about it. Don't just go in there showing what you want to do. But yes, ultimately at the end, the sequence of punches it took to take Caleb Plant out was a left hook. If you're a righty, it's only if you're a righty. This doesn't apply to you if you a southpaw. If you throw the left hook and then the right uppercut because he ducked his head down. Throw the left hook, put your left guard back up, and then you come under with the right uppercut. But you sit on it, don't come off your feet and try to move. Just sit there and throw it. They gonna drop. Because that was the first time he was ever down. You gotta pay attention to that. Caleb had never been down and he never lost. So there was two dynamics that took place in that sequence. He got stopped. It was a stoppage loss. And he really believed that he was going to win. Like I said, had him talking nice after the knockout. Which usually happens. Like I said, I know dudes that fought that's really good friends. You know, they kids playing together. So on local fight cards. So it's not nothing out of the ordinary, but I'm just saying. So that's really all I got as far as Canelo and Plant. Um, who I want to talk about now? Uh, I seen on ESPN when they had the Michaela Meyer card. Salute to Michaela Meyer. She really showed me a lot of grit and unifying the titles that night. She definitely earned that. I seen her story. Her story was very interesting. Um, I'm very happy for her. She seems to be taking boxing very serious. She got a great trainer. And I think she'll be ready um, for another fight, early next year. I want to see her come back early next year. But yeah, during that particular broadcast, they had Sean Porter. He was falling asleep. Poor Sean Porter. It ain't his fault that ESPN is boring and they bad hosts. Fucking got getting Disney money and y'all can't even keep a guest entertained from another entity. That's when you really supposed to show your ass and make sure everything is on point. When the regular workers is there, who gives a fuck? But when y'all got guests from other places there, you supposed to show out. You ain't supposed to have them sleeping. That's like you working on this chick that you've been wanting to get this whole time, and you don't even make it to second base. But they was horrible. And let me tell you something else. When they was asking Sean Porter about the fight and stuff like that, uh, Joe Tessitore, these motherfuckers didn't even have the mic. They had to share one mic. Any other time Timothy Bradley and all of them is there, the mics is working. Sean Porter come over there, the mic don't even work. He falling asleep, the mic don't work. Shit don't make no sense, man. Shit don't make no sense. Let's get this shit together. But anyway, they ask him about the fight. They saying, oh, and they surprised that Sean Porter is saying that he's gonna knock or he's trying to knock Terrence Crawford out on the 20th. Why are you surprised by that? Like he said, if every fighter could come out in every fight and knock their opponent out within 3 seconds, they would do it. Because you sure don't get paid overtime in boxing. And then he also brought up how he came up and he came to know, Terrence Crawford and who Terrence Crawford was. He said a lot of people liked it to avoid Terrence Crawford, whether it was to not be on his bad side or just because of how he was as a person. But he, Sean Porter and him hung out and played basketball and, things like that. Things like that. But that has nothing to do with what's gonna go down tonight. But Sean Porter did say his crystal ball told him, a while ago when he fought Jose Benavidez Jr., that he knew then that he could possibly end up fighting him. So he says, back then that he knew all of that time ago that they would end up fighting. And of course, Judgment Day is almost upon us. Just like I was saying to my bro Monty Brown about Caleb playing Canelo, early in the week, last week. Judgment Day is upon us. And sure enough, it was Judgment Day for Caleb Plant. But yeah, man. It's a lot of different stuff happening, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, looking forward to it. I still got Terrence Crawford winning. Would I be outlandish to say that although I don't got it highly, but I could see Terrence Crawford stopping him? I don't think it's likely, but I could see it. And I can't wait for this fight. See, a lot of people, and not to compare it again and bring it up again, but a lot of people didn't see Canelo stopping Caleb Plant. My bro, our fella, he thought it would go unanimous decision. I was like, nah, he getting stopped. Listen, when you the least favorite child of boxing, you gotta go a little bit step more, even if you risking yourself. You gotta summon that extra willpower, or you gotta put it all on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because if he didn't, it would be a whole bunch of different videos talking about he won and he didn't win and this person won. That's why you gotta sometimes go the extra mile and really try to get the opponent out of there in situations like that. That's why I wasn't mad. And you really can't be. But I can't wait for Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, man. I wish that it was this week, honestly. So I want to talk about the whole Rolly Tank saga. No, you know what? Nah, we not even before we get on that. We could wait on that. We could wait on that. What's up with all of the madness surrounding the motherfucking Canelo and playing event? Why Mel got in Jared Hurd face? It seemed like Big Maul was trying to diffuse the situation with Lil Bro and them. He's trying to diffuse the situation with Lil Bro and them. Cause like my bro Rose, Rick Ross said, don't ever forget about Lil Bro and them. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Bro and them was wilding, and Jared Hurd face, and Jared Hurd Kofi slapped. Yeah, he Kofi slapped Mel. But I completely agree with my bro 78. You gotta have that same energy for Canelo though. You gotta have the same way I said with Shakur. I wasn't mad that he was the villain, but now you gotta keep the same energy with everybody. I agree with Black on that. The same way. I agree with 7-8 on this. Like, y'all gotta keep that same energy because every time when it's Canelo, everybody just happy to arrive. Like, even if motherfuckers ain't in the fight. Oh, Canelo, he did great. This is that and the third. But what happened if your brother do great in the fight? Do he get big? I did notice that in that whole Canelo bit. I did feel like Showtime was kind of jocking him. Almost had me wanting to bang the gavel on y'all. Don't get me wrong, Canelo's a good fighter. Let the fans do that. Y'all boxers. That's one thing. See, niggas can say this about Boo Boo and that about Boo Boo, but Boo Boo went there not as a fan. Boo Boo, goofy or not, he pressed him. He pressed him. For better or for worse, he went over there and he pressed him. When everybody else want to be complimenting this guy, I'm not complimenting you if you in the same division as me. Maybe after we fight and I take one of your belts, I'll be on some Shakur shit, hand you your shit back that night and all of that. Yo, you a great champ. Thanks for giving me the shot. Like Shakur did Jamal Hearing, that type of time. But nah, bro. But before we fight and all of that, me bigging you up and stuff like that, that's crazy. Especially if we in the same exact division. Even though they not, Mel and Maul ain't. But Maul, you right there. See, Canelo's the enemy, right? And you'll go out of your way because it's kind of almost like it's like a freaking get together every time you watch a Canelo fight now. It's so real. This chick that I follow, I didn't even expect her and her peoples to be watching a Canelo fight. And I seen on her story, she was watching the motherfucking Canelo fight. So you people be having fucking get-togethers when Canelo fight. He's at that level. And my thing is, other boxers make it bigger when they end up showing up. But I'm saying when you're a potential opponent, y'all make it even bigger when y'all show up to the fight. But when it comes to a dude that's in y'all particular division that's not as popular as Canelo and stuff like that, and doesn't have that much traction, y'all motherfuckers would never show up to a Demetrius Andre fight. You see how that worked? Regardless of how you feel about them, we just want to see it for the culture. You know what I mean? You got to understand a lot of fights that fell apart. So we haven't got a steady diet of fights in 2021. We got Wilder Fury. Hopefully, we can get Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford to be a good one. We still got Fulton and Figueroa. We got Devin Haney and JoJo. We don't got Tank and Rolly no more. And this is the point that I wanted to make with Tank and Rolly. You see people, well, the whole situation with Rolly is kind of crazy because you had the fight coming up and then these allegations came up. This is not out of the ordinary when a Mayweather fight or a Mayweather event is going down. Some shit always happens. Or someone that's even affiliated with Mayweather. Adrian Broner fight. You know, it never happens on the original date because some bullshit ends up happening. He has a warrant or something. Tank. So on and so forth. So I'm not really surprised. I ultimately agree with Red slightly. I just think that this is planned to make the fight bigger. It's going to come back around full circle and they're going to end up fighting again. That's the way Rolly was talking about it when the reporters interviewed him. Yo, Scrap was mad confident talking to the reporters like, yeah, once this is cleared up, I'm still the mandatory. He said they didn't take me off as the mandatory. He said, so when the allegations get cleared up, he's going to activate the mandatory. He said, you got to understand, they wasn't going to give me the fight. He said, Isaac Cruz was the original opponent anyway. He said the only reason they was going to make the Rolly fight is because he activated his mandatory, which makes sense, and I believe him. That's why he was acting the way he was acting and was kind of smelling his ass when we was pressing him about the Devin Haney fight. All right, as long as you fight one of our boys, I don't care if it's Devin or Tank. As long as you fight one of them. And then these allegations came up. I think Floyd told him to do this shit to make the fight bigger. Because like I said, if you go back and watch those fight hype interviews, the way Rolly is talking, it's like he's eventually going to activate that mandatory again when these allegations clear up or ever die. I don't think it's ever going to really die down. But once things, let's just say, once the temperature go down a little bit, he gonna try to get right back in the sweepstakes, in the Tank Davis sweepstakes. So I don't know, man. I think that fight with Rolly, man, I think that's kind of whack. I think that's kind of whack, man. I think that fight with Rolly, uh, I think it would have been dope, man. I think that would have been a dope. Trying to think, am I missing any other boxing news? Is there anything? We almost got Tio versus Cambosis coming up. Hold on, y'all. Let me get some water. What's up? We back. My fault, y'all. Had to get some water, man. Yeah, man, but like I said, any other boxing news, I just want to touch on because I ain't gonna be able to build with my brothers, and probably some things that I even touched on now, and throughout the live stream that they probably won't even touch on. Um, well, I guess that's it, man, because I think I touched on everything I pretty much wanted to touch on. I seen Josh Taylor was in the building. I seen Josh Taylor was in the building. I see T.O. and his dad, they wasn't around them. And matter of fact, let me just say this. I will say this. It don't seem like Charlo is too far removed from getting that that Canelo fight. Because every single person that they ask about who they want to see Canelo in the ring with next, mostly everybody picked Charlo. Mostly everybody picked more Charlo. So that's a good sign right there. Everybody, hopefully Canelo takes heed to that and sees that. Like pretty much everybody picked more Charlo. Even Teofimo, and I was kind of surprised that Teofimo picked Canelo. I was kind of surprised that he did that. He picked Charlo for Canelo. They said, who you want to see? Benavidez. But then again, I'm not surprised because y'all know I'm the Batman of this shit. They say, Ack, why you say that? Because we got to remember that video where Teofimo was getting knocked out and he getting slept by a fighter. That's David and Jose Benavidez's dad fighter that slept him. Let's remember that. So of course he would pick. I'm not even gonna say that he picked Charlo because of skill or whatever. I think it was some fucking ambition within himself. He didn't just do that because he liked Charlo and all of that. Like I think wasn't T.O. one of the people talking about steroids and shit a few years back? I feel like he was just talking nice because the Charlos was in the building. If you ask me. But that's the only reason to me why he picked Charlo over Benavidez. Cause him and his dad is so fucking delusional, man. I want to bang the gavel on him, man. Oh my god, bro. Talking about, yeah, we want to take a picture with the belts. Y'all motherfuckers is Honduran. This is a Mexican thing. Stay over that way. Stay over there. Has nothing to do with y'all. Stop trying to eat off of everybody's plate. Y'all only beat Lomachenko. That's it. Other people had to work and had way more body of work and wasn't even celebrated like that. You only beat one man. And y'all don't even got all of the belts. You still got to beat Devin Haney. I don't care what shape, form, way you slice it. Devin Haney got elevated as the regular WBC champion. That situation was never sold up. We are not going to go over the fact, T.O., that there's a WBC champion. You have to finish that. At the end of the day, David Benavidez's title was vacated and Canelo fought for the vacant title. That is different. That's completely different situation. That's why he's actually the champion. Everybody else had to fight for this or beat the actual champion that was the WBC champion. Or if they weren't the actual WBC champion. You're the only one that actually hasn't had the WBC championship. I don't know how you can sleep at night really claiming that you are undisputed champion. No, you're not. He said, oh, we don't care what Showtime has. No, in the 4-belt era, Showtime is right. You are not considered. We don't even, it's on some Iraq Kim and them, they don't even consider you. Like Jadakiss said about 50. He's talking about Queens. That's how we feel about you, T.O. And at Colbert and them don't even consider you. Like, come on, bro. You gotta get this shit. Come on, you gotta get business sold up. You cannot not fight Devin Haney and claim you undisputed. Even Canelo had to fight for that last belt. Canelo didn't get all of the belts at once. That motherfucker really had to make an Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. Let me get ready to get up out of here, man. I gotta get up. Just want to give y'all a little, just want to give y'all a little dope spills and boxing builds. Just want to give y'all a little something, man. Definitely going to give y'all that Rocky review that's definitely coming this week. Uh, 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 it's gonna be a dope one. I'm real excited about doing that with my bro. Stay ready. Look out. We gonna do the first Rocky. We gonna break down uh the whole Rocky one movie. From his relationship with Adrian, to how that affects him in the boxing ring, and him being an up and coming club prize fighter, to him getting a shot at a world title out of nowhere. So yeah, we're gonna build on all of that and the small details on it. Um, like I said, I can't wait to present it to y'all. The only thing is, I'm not sure. It might have to be Saturday morning. I'm gonna have to do it probably Saturday morning. Um, I'll get back to y'all on that. But yeah. Shout out to the mighty LDBC, the usual suspects in the full Berserker clan. It's your boy Ack Reach. I never see you wrong, and I'm out of here, man.